What? Shall this speech be spoke for our excuse, or shall we on without an apology? The day is out of such prolixity, we'll have no Cupid hoodwinked with a scarf, bearing a TARDIS painted bow of lath, scaring the ladies like a crow keeper, nor, no without book prologue, faintly spoke after the prompter for our entrance. But let them measure us by what they will, we'll measure them a measure and be gone. Give me a torch, I am not for this ambling, being but heavy, I will bear the light. Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance. Not I, believe me, you have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move. You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am too sore and pierced with his shaft, to soar with his light feathers, and so bound. I cannot bound a peach above dull wool. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it you should burn, love. Too heavy an oppression for such tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? That is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it breaks like thorn.
Oh. If love be rough with you, be rough with it. Prick it for pricking and drive love down. But come, give me a case to put my visage in. A visor for a visor. What curious eye, proud deformity. Here are the beetle brows that shall blush for me.
A torch for me. Let wantons light of heart tickle the senseless rushes with their heels. For I am proverbed with a grandsire phrase. I'll be a candle holder and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I am done.
Tut, done's the mouse, the constable's own word. If thou art done, we'll draw thee from the mire of the Sir Reverend's love, where thou stickest up to the ears. Come, we burn daylight, no!
Nay, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in delay. We waste our lights in vain like lamps by day. Take our good meaning, for our judgment sits 5 times for that, and ere once in our 5 wits.
And we mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamed a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed, asleep, while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes made of long spiders' legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web, the collars of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film, her wagoner a small grey-coated gnat, not so big as a round little worm, pricked from the lazy finger of a maid.
Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel or old grub, time out of mind the fairies' coachmakers. And in this state she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or courtiers' knees who dream on curtsies straight, or lawyers' fingers who straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream, which oft the angry Mab with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometimes she gallops o'er a courtier's nose, then dreams he of smelling out a suit, and sometimes comes she with a tie-the-pig's tail, tickling a parson's nose as he lies asleep, then dreams he of another benefice.
She driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then he dreams of cutting foreign throats, of breeches, ambuscados, and Spanish blades, and hells 5 fathom deep, and then anon drums in his ear, and thus, being frighted, startles and wakes, and says a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is the very Mab that plaits the manes of horses in the night, and bakes foul, elfish sluttish hairs? Yeah, it's sluttish hairs. It's nice. Ridiculous. And bakes foul, elfish, sluttish hairs, which once untangled, much misfortune bodes. This is the hag that when maidens lie on their back, presses them and forces them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. She! Peace, Mercutio. Peace, thou talk'st of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain. Begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconsistent as the wind, who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and, being angered, puffs away from thence, turning his face to the dew-dropping south. This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear, too early, for my mind misgives some consequence yet. Hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of ultimately death. But he that hath the steerage of my course shall direct my sail. On, lusty gentlemen!
Strike drum!